Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm here, J-Mac, the bearded one, here with you tonight for the Coast to Coast Bros, also known as the Four Bros Radio Show. And we are glad to be with you here tonight. We are thinking of our fourth bro, Sarge, and our thoughts are with him tonight to see where he is at. He's doing well. I heard from him the other day, so we definitely wish him well. And we hope you're back with us soon, Sarge. Now, joining me tonight is Big B Dirty Time. And we'll explain that name. It's because, well, we go on a dark 30 because, well, it gets a little dirty, and it's our favorite time of the night. So, Big B, one man, could be two men. Yeah, 2.5. But guess what, Big B? How's it going tonight, man?
Nah, it's going good. Just got off of work just in time to join my bros and talk about what we can't talk about on regular radio. So, hey, let's see what happens.
Absolutely, absolutely. And joining me as well he's on my left. He's probably on your right where you're watching because he looks like, reversed, whatever. He is on the side of me, either side, left or right, whichever we go, is Mr. Chris P. Bacon. How's it going tonight, brother?
Doing good. Glad to be back on, and it's going to be a great show tonight.
I agree. We're glad everyone's watching. We are so happy you're all here with us. And I'm going to tell you something. Christy Wilson is the first one here tonight. Hi, guys. Christy, we love you watching so much.
The reason why we go on at dark 30 because of Christy, so...
That is very true. That is very true. We're glad you're here watching tonight. Okay. All right. Shared that a few more times, and let's get rolling. So the first thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about that great Thursday night game. Now, I got to say, guys, I was thinking of this game at first, and I'm like, now, do I want to watch this game? It's the Giants. It's the Washington football team. I'm not a fan of either team. Don't really know if I got anyone going in fantasy. Then I found out I did. I had Graham Gano. That worked out good for me because, well, he hit everything he kicked. And then I also had Antonio Gibson, who's becoming a fantasy stud, by the way, I gotta say. But did you guys watch the game? Were you entertained by the game?
I caught a little bit here and there at work, so I didn't get to see much of it, but by looking at the highlights and listening to people talk about it, it was a heck of a game.
The fourth quarter was probably the best quarter. I mean,
okay.
At halftime, I think it was like 13-10, which was a close, halftime score.
Okay, but let's not forget that's coming from a Cowboys fan who was watching the Giants and the Washington football team, so I'm sure the entertainment value wasn't there as much for him. But I got to ask you a question now out of that game. Thanks, Christy Wilson. It was a crazy game. I got to ask you guys' opinion about something. Heinicke for the Washington football team.
He's really good.
I mean, this kid is the real deal. Am I wrong? Now, I get 2 games into the season. Let's not get the hype. Let's not put him on, on the Tom Brady
didn't he start against the Bucks last year?
He did. He was the one who started in that playoff game.
And he barely beat him? Or barely lost to him, I should say?
Barely lost to him.
No.
He kept up with Tom Brady the entire time. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a good game for him. And Heinicke in this game, he threw for over 300 yards. He threw a couple touchdowns. He did have a really, really bad interception, but those are going to happen when you're a young player. And he played a good game. I want to hear everyone's thoughts. I want to hear the fans' thoughts. You tell me how you think Heinicke did. But I think he's got a bright future. I think he's going to lead that Washington football team. And it's one of those. Now, do you think Ryan Fitzpatrick comes back if he's healthy? Or do you think they stay with Heinicke the way he's played?
You ride the hot hand if he is going to be the hot hand. I say you stick with him.
Stick with him?
Yeah.
I think they need to do what Miami did and start the young gun. And if the game's close in the third or fourth quarter, then you bring in the veteran and Fitzmagic and kind of let them close it out. Like in baseball, the closer comes in. So, but
Sure.
outside of that, I think I definitely think Heineke's the real deal. I think he's a quarterback that you can build around.
I feel like he
agree.
runs the offense better than Fitzpatrick, but that's only in one
Well,
game.
he's let's not pretend. I mean, he's definitely more athletic, more what's the word I'm looking for? But he's definitely more mobile than Fitzpatrick is. I'll give him that.
And
So
that's definitely what teams are shooting for now, is that quarterback that can be mobile. I mean, yeah, we can't all have a Tom Brady or Rodgers, but everybody wants that mobile quarterback now.
yeah, so we all watched that game. We thought it was entertaining. The Washington football team pulled it out. They won 30-29 on a last-second field goal by Dustin Hopkins, who was missed the first time. So he got to kick this one twice, Big B, and this was a big controversy because usually when a guy on the defense jumps across, they give him an opportunity to get back across before the ball snapped. So he jumped across, and they blew the whistle. He jumped across. They kicked the ball. They blew the whistle. He missed the kick. All right.
Okay.
And then they come back on. So they come back on and they say, all right, it was offsides. They get 5 yards up. They kick it again, and he drills the kick and wins it at the end. And people were outraged by that. They're like, he jumped back. He jumped back on sides. The flag shouldn't have been thrown, but it was.
So were the refs trying to ice the kicker themselves, or what?
I guess, but he ended up making it the second time they won 30-29. It was a good game. I thought Daniel Jones showed well also, but man, Darius Slayton. Chris, did you see that play? I mean,
I probably have.
The one when he's running down the field wide open.
Yeah,
There is no one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Big B. I mean, the closest guy to him is at the 25-yard line, and he's in the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me he did trip over his feet like his quarterback did.
No,
No.
but
Okay.
Daniel Jones threw it right to him, right here in his hands, and he drops it for a wide open touchdown.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
Jones could not have run down the field and placed it in his hands any better than he did. And
I'm going to have to look up that play there because
he dropped
oh
it. And,
man, that's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
That was
so
Daniel
I mean,
Jones'
so the
first
last
block.
2 games we had was the Monday night game, which was a wild, crazy ending to that one, and then another wild, crazy ending to the Thursday game. So far, I gotta say, NFL's up right now. I mean,
prime
like
time's
that.
been good.
You had the Cowboy Buccaneers game, which was crazy. You had that Raiders game, which was crazy, and then you had this Giants Washington game, which was
The only reason the Raiders and Ravens game was crazy is because LaFumble Jackson fumbled the ball there at the end of the game.
well, I mean that, and then you're first and goal, and you offsides, and then you're backed up, and then you throw 2 pass plays. One what bounced it off everybody, it seemed like, and lands into the hands of a guy that probably should have taken it to the house, but decided to kneel it instead. And then you got LaFumble Jackson. I mean, who would have bet on that one? I mean, you figured the game would have been over when you got it first and goal.
Yeah, for sure. It was crazy. It was a crazy and week 1, and then the first game of week 2 on Thursday night is even more exciting. I can't wait to see what this weekend brings.
I was going to say, if this weekend keeps going the way it's going, football's going to be just on fire this year. So
yeah. So let's switch gears for a second. We're going to stick with the NFL. It's going to be heavy NFL talk tonight. But guys, let's talk about your biggest surprises of week 1, either good or bad.
ooh.
Oh, there's so many. I mean,
What?
one you can take one game.
I'm going to make you pick one. So your biggest biggest surprising team, week 1, good or bad?
I gotta take the Packers Saints game. I mean, you got a quarterback that didn't look like he wanted to play, and then you got a quarterback that everybody thought was down and out, and he comes out. Yeah, he threw 100 and under 200 yards, but 5 touchdowns against the Packers. I mean, is he going to duplicate that this week? Is Rodgers going to duplicate what he didn't do? I guess, but I think for sure that game to me stood out the most on how opposite that game turned out the way everybody was picking it.
I would have to. I was going to say I was going to have to go with the Houston-Jacksonville game. I mean,
yeah, that was another one.
We all thought Jacksonville was going to be somewhat good in the first game. Considering the Houston situation, that just backfired.
Yeah. I mean, to get that, but it was his first start. It was Trevor Lawrence's first start. I don't think we want to read too much into that. He threw picks, but let's see how it goes. We were surprised Houston was as good as they were. I will give Houston that for sure. I didn't think they were going to be good. But the biggest surprise for me, and Davis Barza brought it up, and I know that being a Packers fan, it seems like I'm picking on the Bears, but the Bears' defense, in they were awful.
They were
just awful in week 1, and we talk about how Khalil Mack is one of the best defenders in football, but playing on that defense, man, that's got to be tough because they got shredded. Absolutely annihilated in week 1. That defense did. It was insane.
Stafford was one pass away from being perfect? I mean, he had a close to a perfect grading. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, think about that for Stafford. Now he comes in as a Ram, gets to play the Bears on an opening day. On his first game with the Rams, gets to be against the team he played twice a year in Detroit, and played good against, but probably didn't win some of those games because he played in Detroit. Let's face it. And comes in, and everyone's like, "Will he or won't he? How good will he be in LA?" And I'm sorry, but Stafford, if he plays like that in LA, I would watch out for that team. That team is gonna be hard to beat. They're gonna be hard to beat every week, for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, J-Mac, me, you, and your brothers brought it up. We watched him twice a week for his whole career, and it's like you didn't know what Stafford was going to show up. Yeah, the Lions might have stunk, but is it going to be the 150 yards, 2 picks, no touchdowns, or is it going to be 3+ game-winning drive, touchdown / field goal, no picks? I mean, you didn't know what Stafford was going to show up, and if he shows up like he did against the Bears, there's your MVP candidate right there, hands down.
Well, here's an interesting stat. I know that our listeners like when I throw stats out there, so I'll throw this one out there. But if you look up passer rating for the last 10 seasons in the NFL, Stafford's number 5 in the NFL in passer rating for the last 10 years.
Oh, okay.
He is number 21 in wins.
But again, Detroit.
But he played in Detroit. So what does that tell you? I mean,
but still, to be number 5 in passer rating over the last X amount of years is.
I mean,
right. That tells you, again, he's a top 5 quarterback that played for an awful team in Detroit.
Yeah.
And they're probably only 21st in wins because of Matthew Stafford.
Oh, yeah, probably. Stafford wasn't there for the 0-16 season, was he?
No.
No, he was.
Okay.
I think he was hurt, or he wasn't even drafted yet. I think he came out.
I think he was drafted the next year after they won.
Yeah, he was the first overall pick in the draft. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he was good in high school, and everybody here is like, man, he's really good. But being drafted in Detroit kind of hurt his stock a little.
For sure. So, what game are you guys looking the most forward to this week?
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, the Sunday night game is going to be a hyped up matchup, but I got to say it's going to be the Monday night game because I want to see what Rodgers shows up and how that plays out. Yeah. I mean, one, it's a division game for the Lions Packers, but I mean, if you want to beat the best, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and Packers have shown that they've been the best for X amount of years. So I kind of want to see, everybody, a lot of people are talking that Aaron Rodgers throwing the game and, throwing the season away. I hope not. I really, really hope not. I kind of hate that analogy, but I want to see what he does. Because if he plays bad, he's going to get booed out of Lambeau Field, and J-Mac, you know it. So.
I know.
Yeah, so
I know.
That game kind of intrigues me the most, and seeing what kind of rebound we get from the Packers.
I think what we'll get to you in a second, Chris. Sorry, man. But I just gotta say, to hit on Big B's point. Now I understand we've been through this before in Green Bay, where a guy wanted out in Favre.
But he still played though.
Right, and that's the thing, though. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what Green Bay was thinking in the offseason. If you can trade him, imagine the trade value for Aaron Rodgers. Okay, coming off his MVP season, right? Oh. Think about the trade value. Now, he comes in and he, quote-unquote, throws this season, doesn't play well. What's your trade value going to be next year? It's not going to be as much, or in the middle of the season. Nope. At least when Favre wanted out, you did the right thing, and you're like, okay, you want out, we'll get you out. We'll put you on another team. We'll let you still play. It's definitely an intriguing, Isaiah, it's really tough, man. I don't think it's really hard. I don't think he doesn't want to be there. It showed last week. He doesn't.
I understand you don't want to be there, but like J-Mac said, what trade value you have if you throw the game? What's the movie I'm thinking of? A Little Big League. Where the pitcher's like, well, sit me, and I'll just trade me in the offseason. The coach goes up to it, the little kid goes, well, what's the going rate for a pitcher that can't get nobody out? And then he goes out there and starts lighting up the White Sox, I think it was. So yeah. So there's no trade value if you're going to throw a season.
It's true. So Chris, what game are you looking the most forward to this week?
I'm looking at besides our game, the Cowboy game, the Browns and the Bengals. I want to see if Cincinnati can win, against a contending team. I know Cleveland lost, but they've been really good the last several games, and they made it to playoffs last year. So I want to see if Cincinnati's win last week wasn't just one game.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, they played Minnesota, and that was a great game, by the way. We came on here on Sunday morning and made these picks and said, and it's funny that Sarge came in and said it's going to be a tie. I don't want to pick a winner.
And I kind of agreed with them.
And it went down to being a tie until 3 seconds left in overtime when they kicked the game-winning field goal. Like, it was insane that game almost ended in a tie. I've honestly never seen that happen where someone says it's going to be a tie and it almost happens.
But
usually someone says that and the other team gets destroyed. But
Cincinnati's been in a lot of tie games. It seems like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Cincinnati's been close.
And if anyone's wondering, for me this weekend, the matchup I'm looking the most forward to, I would say. I don't want to be a homer and say the Green Bay game. I'm looking forward to that game. I'll say that. But actually, I'm going down Chris's road. I want to see the Chargers and the Cowboys. And it's because, and basically, it's because Dak Prescott's supposed to be this great quarterback. And I'm not saying his numbers weren't great last week, because they were. But Dallas is supposed to be this premier team. Now they got to face, that defense has to face Justin Herbert. How well do you really think that's going to go?
Not too well.
Like,
to be honest with you.
He played well against Washington, who has, let's face it, they have a hell of a defense. And he made them look pedestrian. What's he going to do to a Cowboys defense that everyone knows is not good?
Majority of our defense is going to be backups due to either having suspensions, COVID issues, or injuries. I think we have 3 out on defense and 2 out on offense.
Right, but what is Justin Herbert going to do to that defense?
I have no clue. A lot. Probably.
He is going to. He's got to go out and have a good game. I think he's going to go out and have a good game. The Dallas defense took a hit with D-Law hurting his foot, and I agree with that. Christy Wilson, I think he was probably your best defensive player, and he's not going to be playing. And Herbert's not going to get hit much, I don't think. You don't really have much of a pass rush, and he's going to just stand in the pocket and throw the ball. And you don't have you might have a corner to cover one guy, but you don't have a corner to cover. I mean, you got Keenan Allen, you got what's his name, Mike Williams, or I'm sorry, Darrell Williams, I believe is who it is on there. But then you just signed Cook at tight end, who is a way underappreciated tight end in the NFL. Then you have Eckler, who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Like, think about it. You guys don't have guys to cover all those receivers. That you just don't.
Nope.
So he's going to look really good against your defense, and it's just, can the offense keep up against their defense? Because their pass rush for the Chargers is no slouch. So
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. All right, so you guys got our take on week 1. You got our what we're going to go in week 2, where we're going to go with that. Let's play a little game.
All right.
Do you want to play a game?
Time to play the game.
Right.
I
right.
can't do the Triple H theme.
So, let's play a little game, shall we?
Hello, Miss Joanne. How you doing tonight? Chiming in.
Joanne's here. That's always good. Always good for
Yeah.
us to see our fellow people on here.
Oh yeah.
What game should we go with tonight? Let's go with...
Let's see Chris do the hokey pokey game.
There we go.
Right foot in, put your left.
You know what? We're going to switch it up tonight. And what I'm going to do is I am going to name off a starting running back, and you're going to have to tell me what team that running back started for.
Okay.
What if they had multiple teams?
Name one of their teams.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
So, let's go with...
Now this ain't just going to be current running backs, right? It's going to be all over.
It's going to be all over.
All
It'll
right.
be all over. It'll be all over. Let's go with Marion Barber.
I know.
Dallas.
You both got that one. It was Dallas. See, I started with an easy one to kind of ease you guys into it.
Wasn't he also with the Bears at one point?
At one point, he was, yes.
Yeah, but I don't think he started for the Bears.
I don't
All
think
right.
so either.
Let's go with one you might not remember. LaRon McClain.
Dallas.
Wrong McClain.
Arizona.
No. Baltimore.
No, I oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
All right. Dave Meggett.
Giants.
Big B's got 2. It is the Giants. It is the Giants.
Did he also start for Washington too? 'Cause that's
No,
what I
he-
almost said.
He played in Washington as a special
Okay.
teamer,
That's okay.
but he's actually running back for the Giants. All
Yeah,
right.
he was a hell of a guy at Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, too bad he turned out to be such an awful human being. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add him to the list.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. Najee Davenport.
Packers.
Steelers.
It was Green Bay. He did not start
No.
in Pittsburgh. He did not start in Pittsburgh. He was a backup in Pittsburgh. He did not start in Pittsburgh. Sam Gatto.
God, I know the team too. I can picture them. I'm gonna have to pass on this one, but I know once I hear it, I'm gonna kick myself.
I'm just gonna go on a limb and go Chicago.
Houston Texans. All right, let's go two more. Let's see who can
All right.
seal this victory. All right, let's go maybe a little bit of a more of a throwback on this. Cedric Benson.
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Who said? I'm sorry. Say it again. Both of you.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Cincinnati. We both said it.
You both got that one. Bengals. Yes. Cedric Benson. All right. This one is probably it. Let's see if you guys get this one. Suspense. Let's keep it in suspense for a minute. Oh, are we ready? Okay. All right.
He's icing us, Chris.
I'm trying to ice you. Okay. Here we go. Kurt Warner.
Cardinals.
Well, that was a. Oh yeah,
Running
the
back,
Cardinals.
not
What?
quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, Seahawks.
Oh yeah.
Chris got it. Kurt Warner for
Yeah.
the Seahawks. Yeah.
Yeah, he did throw me
Kurt
off.
Warner
and-
with the C, right?
Like-
It's C-U-R.
With
Yeah,
the
Kurt
C.
Warner with the C.
With a C, yes, with a C.
So we should be tied, or I should be one ahead. I think. I don't know.
Are you tied? Okay, let's go one more then. We got one more. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Mike Allstott.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay. Big B got
And
it
it
in
worked
first,
out.
Chris. I gotta go with it. He
No,
said
I know.
it first.
Him and Warwick Delaware. What a hell of a backfield.
That is for sure. They don't make them. They don't make them like Mike Allstott anymore. That's for sure.
I think the closest one was Ron Dane from not Chicago, Green Bay when he got drafted. It was him and who was the other running back there that was a quick one?
No, it was
Oh, yeah.
Ron Dane was a Wisconsin player that went to
Yeah.
the New York Giants. It was
Giants.
him and Tiki Barber.
Barber, that's who it was.
They were known as Thunder and
Thunder and
Lightning.
Lightning, yeah.
Thunder and Lightning.
I always moved when Madden came out. I always moved Ron Day to fullback, so I had them both on the field all the time.
Right. All right. Now, it's that time. Rapid
All
fire.
right. Oh, love it.
What? Oh, let's start with Chris.
All right.
Chris, in your expert opinion, what is better?
Thick
A cert-
basic bacon or sliced? No, I'm just kidding.
A certificate or experience?
Ooh.
Experience. I would have to say experience, probably. Experience.
Okay. All right. Quality of life or quantity of life?
Quality.
Ooh, we're getting deep tonight.
We're getting deep tonight. It's getting deep. Because that's what she said. It's getting deep. Okay, one more.
Is that what Chrissy says? It gets deep. Is that what
Let's go with what is better, being organized or paying attention to detail?
Ooh. Probably paying attention to detail.
Okay. All right. Big B.
All right.
What is your greatest achievement?
Ooh. Ooh, that's tough because, I mean, being a father, I would have to say my son. But honestly, for me, it was hitting my first home run in Little League.
Okay. When is the last time you were emotional?
Honestly, it was, I don't know why, but a few weeks ago, I really got depressed for some reason. Don't know what it was. Just got like this cool, like cold feeling over me. Like some kind of, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, like some kind of spirit. So I got emotional and don't know why.
Okay. All right, last one. Would be, when's the last time you belly laughed out loud?
Oh, honestly, if it's not for some of our shows, it's been a while. I was probably actually, honestly, I mean, outside of our shows, at work one day recently, one of my coworkers, she's fumbling through her purse. She's like, I can't find my keys. I go, when's the last time you needed keys to fly a broom? And me and my coworker were just laughing. She's like, shut up.
Oh, wow, that's funny. I actually like that. That's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, so that was rapid fire for the night. And I want to do this real quick. I want to tell you all that I want to end the show tonight on a joke because I think that we need to laugh more in life. And
Especially the way things are going, yes.
with the way things are going right now. And so we're going to do a short joke because this way everyone can remember it. So, let's go with did you hear about the guy who told his dad that he invented a new word?
No.
No.
He said, "Oh, well, I invented a new word." And his dad said, "Oh, yeah, what's that?" Plagiarism.
Oh, I think some teachers might like that one. I mean,
Right?
or not like
Right,
that
right.
one.
Oh, man. One more. Let's go with a knock joke. And
Ooh,
Big
okay.
B, you're gonna get this one. I don't know if Crispy Bacon is. He might not be old enough to remember this, but I'm telling you, everyone out there is gonna get it. So it goes: knock knock.
Who's there?
Amy Fisher.
Amy Fisher, who?
Bang!
Oh, oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you remember.
We need some laughing in there.
Yeah. I know you remember that. You remember that one for sure.
Yeah.
A bear walks into a bar and says, "Give me a whiskey and a cola." Bartender looks at him and says, "Okay, but why the big pause?" And he's like, "Hell if I know, I was born with them."
Oh, it's comedy hour here on the Four Bros.
Oh,
So,
Good, I like that.
all right. Last one. Last one. Let's end on a good one. Gotta get. How does Moses make tea?
I'm not sure.
He brews.
hey, Bruce.
Oh, that one I gotta say was for all of you. That was a clean joke for all you Christian listeners out there because we care about you too.
Yeah, that might be something we got to do towards one day, just get everybody to do a couple jokes and at the end of the show or something. Well,
yeah,
we'll see. Comedy hour,
There you go.
yeah.
Four Bros comedy.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. We'll all come up with some good jokes. They can be clean, they can be dirty, whatever. Come up with your best
yeah.
jokes, and how about that? So, with that said, Chris, give us 30, 45 seconds, man. Make it something good. What you got?
Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. This past week on fantasy, I lost by 1 point. By 1 point. So hopefully I'll come back this week.
So we didn't really want to talk about fantasy with Brandon because let me set this up for you, Big B. Big B doesn't like talking about fantasy this week because he almost lost to a team that didn't play a quarterback.
God. Oh, yes, it was rough, guys. I had Aaron Rodgers for one, and he threw an egg, and I got Kirk Cousins sitting on my bench, and he's got 30-some points. Now I'm looking at my score because I'm upset, and I'm like, God, this game is still in reach, kind of. And I'm like, I'm losing to a team that does not have a starting quarterback. Come on, so thank God for Cup. Cup might be my favorite player right now, so I might have to go get his jersey, but he saved me. If it wasn't for him and the Rams, I'd lose probably the first time ever to a team that doesn't start a quarterback in fantasy.
Probably. You got anything else for us?
That's it.
All right, well, for Chris P. Bacon, for Big B Dirty Time, this is J-Mac
Yeah.
the Bearded One. We thank you for watching the Coast to Coast Bros, also known as the Four Bros Radio Show. If you like this, like, share, comment, get our name out there. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page. We have our own Facebook page for this. Like Coast to Coast Network. Get out there, get that name out there. We thank you all very much for watching. We cannot do this without your lifelong dreams being lived here, and we appreciate y'all so much. We will see you on the other side.